neglected to turn my camera on when I began this piece. This is the third week in a row that I have done that. I am really so sorry. I am so glad that you're all here. Thank you for visiting. And this piece in my sketchbook began with me just holding a pencil and doing those squiggly lines. And then I really did them random. There was no rhyme or reason. I kind of held the pencil very, very loosely and scribbled into the pages. I'm doing a double spread. I apologize for it being off camera, some of it on the left, but I do correct that. Then I squeezed out some acrylic paint, and I'm working with some blue, black. I've got some red and yellow, and then I mix my other colors from those primaries. I always have black and white as well. So I'm just kind of intuitively scrubbing. Really, I'm scrubbing into the page, as you can see that. I'm not concerned too much where I'm placing the paint right now, except that I'm using those pencil lines as a quote guide, unquote. I'm not going to marry myself to those outlines. However, I am using them for inspiration to kind of inform me where I should place some paint. I'm starting with a lot of black and white and then grays. I have that little bit of blue right there, but I decided, you know what, let me focus on grays. Let me get some background in. Let me really lay down some color. And I'm really scrubbing. I wouldn't even consider these brush strokes. I am scrubbing, like just getting the paint on there, slapping it on. Trying to stay kind of focused on the lines, but again, not too concerned or worried about staying within that parameter. I use a lot of my underpaintings as a guide. Sometimes I use the underpainting or the underdrawing and I stick to it. Not often though, I have to say, not often. Oftentimes, I use it to jumpstart and I paint right over it and it's never even seen and I couldn't tell you how I started it or not, based on an underdrawing, because it really is a spontaneous thing for me when I'm painting, especially with abstract. Abstract in particular, for me, and remember this is just for me, abstract in particular lends itself to being spontaneous. And I really do love spontaneity. I love just, okay, I have a plan. Here's my plan. I think it through. And then once I know the plan, I can throw it out the window and fly by the seat of my pants. Sort of. Because I do still have that plan way down deep in the back of my mind that I remember, oh yeah, wait a minute, this is the direction I wanted to go in. But I don't have to adhere to a strict outline that I'll set for myself. I can go outside. I can go outside of my own box. So I encourage everyone listening and watching to try that. You can plan, please. If you're a planner, do that. But don't restrict yourself once you start applying the paint or whatever medium you're going to use. It could be clay, it could be paper, collage, anything. Don't restrict yourself so much that you lose the joy and the spontaneity and the looseness and the gaiety of a painting. Okay, so this is starting to look like a thunderstorm to me. It doesn't stay like that though, trust me. It will morph. It will morph into something completely different and a little bit more colorful, but you need your underpainting to give you something to go with. I like putting down the blacks first because it helps anchor the painting. It also lends itself when it peeks through. I love the background peeking through. So I don't want to obliterate the black, but the black doesn't stay as it is at this moment. You will see black left over in my painting, or a dark, because I do like that shining through. Okay, I am going to let you know what I've used. I've used acrylic paint on this, and I'm using tempera sticks, and I'm using Neocolor 2 water-soluble crayons. That's all of the materials that I'm using on this painting. All right, I'm going to put some music on so you don't have to listen to me blab, and I will come back here and there in case I need to explain something. I'll speed this up a tad, otherwise you'll be just watching me paint, and who wants to watch paint dry, right? I mean, I do, but not everybody does. So you don't need to see 40 minutes of me painting. Okay, so I will be back. Enjoy. So here come the Caran Neocolor 2 water-soluble crayons. I also took out some Derwent, but I believe I only stuck with the Neocolor. And then I had the Shuttle Art temper sticks that I showed you there. All right, the Caran water-soluble crayons. These are fantastic. You color on them like they're a crayon. Here is the color wheel, and I'm showing you the dominant color is blue, and I'm picking out what could be an accent color. I'm using that color wheel to help me choose the colors that I think I want to use, and I'm going with like some magentas and reds and oranges, since blue and orange are opposite on the color wheel. The orange will pop. All right, I'm just going to go in and start adding color, highlighting, making things pop, just laying things down, and a lot of mark making. That's what I love about the Neocolor water-soluble crayons. They are so much fun to use because you feel like you're a kid again just picking up a crayon, only they're an art supply, a bona fide art supply. And these temper sticks, that hot pink that I've got in my hand right now, that magenta, that fuchsia, I'm sure that this Shuttle Art Tempera Sticks is really meant for children, but I tell you, this stuff goes on like lipstick and dries beautifully. You can't layer too much with it, but it really adds just a little, I don't know, oomph wherever I put it. And like I said, it glides on like lipstick. I'm using a purple tempera stick right there. I really enjoy it. When you lay it down, you can smooth it. You see, I'm smoothing it out with my finger. It's really, it's like cream. It's like using a really good creamy lipstick on your painting. All right, I'm just going to add some mark making, and I'm going to put the music back on for you. And here we are coming down to the end of my mark making. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed watching me make it. I enjoyed painting it. At the end, I will have some stills of it so you can see it up close and all the marks that I've made. I really hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you subscribe. I hope you like the button, hit the like button, do all those things. And I can't wait until you're back with me again inside my studio. Bye-bye.